things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to Boone Pickens Stadium, Stillwater, Oklahoma, and home to the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Cowboys will kick it away first. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So NC State's offense will take the field first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches know.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Wilson will throw. Gets it out fast. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And how about that? That's already the third target this guy has had on the opening drive of the game. He is a big factor for their success throwing the football. He's got to win the matchups. Even though that one goes incomplete, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Catch in stride inside the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And this offense now, it's decision time. Man, they've put a nice drive together. You want to walk away with points, but how aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take this field goal, or do you want to try to get a touchdown?
Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? So Oklahoma State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And the Cowboys now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Makes the grab on the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide.
Heel off one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Cowboys will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt and take it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. The give on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Buys a little time with his feet. Trying to make magic with his feet. He goes out of bounds right at midfield. It is deafening in here. The paddle people going to work. Third down and a big one for the Cowpokes. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. So first down here as they go back to work. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his big tight end.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the Cowboys can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the right. A strike downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. And now on second down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Estrada. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And he just throws it away on third down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Cowboys decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Wilson to pass. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I was starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football, and making sure I was in bounds.
Pocket breaking down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Leaves it with the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. Looking to fire. Using his legs to buy some time. He throws into the middle of the field. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Wolfpack line up facing third and approximately half a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
That's what I love about dime personnel packages, especially on third down, is one, you've got faster guys out there to cover these receivers and these targets, but two, you can rally to the quarterback if he takes off. And yeah, he was able to get a couple yards.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Right back to the well. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Line getting set on second down. Wilson will throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Let's it fly. Got it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. He'll do it himself. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Complete on the shuffle. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Bringing the heat. He'll get rid of it. Got his man on the right. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Breaks the tackle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Cowboys headed quickly to the line. The offense going to try again on another play. They'll just spike it on this one. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. The Cowboys will call on their punt team. Let's see what he can do with it. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wilson to pass. He'll pull it down and run. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Looking for room at the 40. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, NC State.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking downfield on 1st down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the 1st half. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellas, looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Stillwater. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, Let's send it back to the guys at Boone Pickens Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Nine just way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
They'll go right back to it. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. And the Cowboys will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Off play action on first down. Floating away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. NC State might think about going for a big one on second and short. Now the play fake. Starts to scramble to the left. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception there.
He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowpoke faithful bringing it on 3rd down. Extending the play. Trying to get rid of it. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Wasting no time going on this drive. Makes the grab. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
He'll keep it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
The Cowboys will send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, North Carolina State. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Off play action. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Cowboys send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Wilson will throw. Got his man on the right. Turning it on. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got a man. It's Jones. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. We reach the break. It's NC State on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football, and sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long, and right there I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle, it's Hall. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal? Absolutely center cut. And that lead grows even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Motion from the wide receiver. He'll start this drive firing. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Works the middle of the field. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. The Cowboys come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Working that wide receiver screen. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Estrada. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And the Cowboys are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's going for it all. Pulls it in down the sideline. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens, and they get out of sync, and they don't make big plays, but man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Cowboys didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Oh, they're after him. A shot toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the ground with the back. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Already 2 for 2 on 3rd down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. Takes a hit as he fires. He makes the catch in the end zone. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys.
That is was tremendous toughness there by the quarterback because he knew he was going to get drilled. He hung tough in the pocket and delivered a strike for the touchdown.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
It's complete to the left. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The give as they work on that clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Try and play action. He's going to run it. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. Got enough space. Touchdown, NC State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's complete on the right side.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about...
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's picked off at the goal line. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Handoff to Jones. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with him, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw it back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And the Cowboys in the hurry up. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
No gain on the play.
A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's the pressure. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate.